Pawan sir, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
How are you?
I'm absolutely fine.
Great.
Thank you for making me host.
Great, sir. Thank you so much for taking the session for us.
Thank you. Pleasure for
Thank
me.
you.
So
We can wait 2 minutes wait कर सकते हैं सर उसके बाद start कर सकते हैं.
yeah. For some couple of minutes we'll wait and
Yeah.
we will start.
Thank
Right.
you.
Okay.
Pavan sir.
Can we start?
Yes, sir. Please start.
Okay. So approximately 20 participants are there in the group. Yeah. Hello, friends. It is nice. This afternoon, we are meeting to deal with a paper of this diploma that is known as known as the managing the training activities, and some topics have already been covered in the initial stage, and I'll be taking some new topics which will be covering the entire process of managing the training activities. I'll be dealing with the marketing, training and development topic. Before I proceed further, I would like to give my brief introduction and an introduction of the topic as such. I'm Pavan Kumar Sharma, retired as Professor of Management after serving near about 40 years in various universities, and lastly at Vardhaman Mahavir Open University, Kota, as Professor of Management, having versatile positions there in the university. After retirement in 2020, I was actively associated with the ISTD, and as the office bearer of ISTD, I was regional vice president from 2022. And incidentally, I was also diploma board chair in 2012-13 to 2014-15. This is a little background of mine. And I can see some of the faces here who happen to be the diploma holder students and having the versatile experience in their respective corporates or their own entities, and they have been working in different walks of life. So here, my basic purpose is not to simply to deliver the lectures or teach, rather mutually we all will be learning from each other. That participants who have got versatility in terms of the experience, in terms of the corporate experience, and the ecosystem being created, we can find that this will be the platform for mutual learning and benefiting each one. Today, the topic is marketing of training and development activities. When you talk about marketing, this word has been used with confusing pronunciations and their meanings, because generally when we go to the market, people talk, we are going for marketing, though we are going for a shopping, but still we call it a marketing. Marketing is a big term, which is basically to be understood as the efforts of any company, any corporate or any entity to lure the customers to buy its products and services. When you talk about training and development activities, we find that training and development activity is going to be a big entity in terms of the service. We can find many of you who are working in the T&D activities of any organization, or some of you would have been indulged into the entrepreneurial activity of starting their own training and development agency or training and development corporate type of entity, or even at the small level or the large scale. We can find that they need to develop the mindset as how can we market our activities. When we say market our activities, which means that we want to conceptualize the idea of selling the proposition in the mind of the customers. Our customers may be the companies or the individuals or the group of individuals. We can simply say we have to convince the people that if you go for the training through us, then it will be beneficial to the learner as well as to the trainer. When again we discuss about the concept, we find conceptually, we can find that meaning of marketing has been established in a different form. Marketing, in fact, is a complex. When I ask you people, I would be very happy if you come forward with your own understanding. Can I ask some of you to react on the basic aspect of marketing? As what do you understand by the concept of marketing? Any one of you can raise the hand and give the comments.
So may I try?
Yeah, please, please.
Basically, the marketing can be comprehended as an act of being known of any services or goods to be owned.
Okay. Anybody else? Jugal Rathod Sahab, can you? Yeah, please.
Marketing activity, you can say, to manage a brand cycle from launching to maintain the status of the brand in the market, to the brand value, and to also maintain the productivity of that brand up to n number of years.
Oh, great. Very good. See, as I said earlier, we understand the basic meaning of marketing, but still it is difficult to verbalize the entire process of marketing. See, basically the demand is created in the mind of the customer. When there are certain needs are basically the deprivations of a person, which if satisfied, then a person will be happy. There are certain wants. If the wants are satisfied, or if they are to be satisfied, we converted the wants into the demands. How the demands can be there? The demands can only be there if we need it. Basically, our needs means basic necessities for survival. And if the needs are desired by some persons or the customers, we can call it wants, my desire to buy, but I do not have money. Again, it cannot be converted as the demand, because a person may desire to buy a product or service, but the capacity is not there. So for that purpose, the demand can only be there if there is want as well as the desire. The moment the demands are created, it can be of some use to the marketer. So what marketer will do? Marketer or say for example, either it is a company or marketer as an individual will try to establish, to identify and what are the basic needs, wants and demands. And the demands are not there, the demands can be created intuitively. Psychological push-ups can be given. As Jugalji rightly pointed out, if the brand is being created in the mind of the customer, say for example, if we are in the dire need of training and we are in need of the training, and we demand services from Tata Consultancy Services as the training organization, so that we find that the demands are either there, or TCS, Tata Consulting Organization, can create the demand that if you really want to develop the training acumen, you will have to hire the services of TCS. So that way, demands are being felt by the people, or it can be created. Now, as we said, the brand is created. The TCS is a brand which is created in the mind of the customer, that if you really want to get the training for computer education, then we will have to go to TCS. So broadly speaking, when we understand the meaning of marketing, we can find marketing is a complex concept which is used to make a comprehensive plan of action strategy to increase sales, create awareness about brands and products. See, what happens? Basically, we are indulged into the action. The ultimate aim of marketing is to increase the sales. But how can we increase the sales? unless we create awareness. So again, the ADA model of advertising or marketing will start working. What is the ADA model? We have to create awareness. By creating awareness, we can create interest. Then if we create the interest, then there will be desire. AIDA and action. Action is for the purchase. So if the moment we go for action in the name of purchase, the demand is materialized and the concerned organization who is selling the product will be benefited. So we as the training organization are expected to develop the marketing acumen. How can you market our activities, market our brand, market our company profiles to the customers? So marketing is basically concerned with direction of purposeful initiatives, activities towards attainment of marketing goals. What are the marketing goals? The marketing goals are basically to increase their sales by satisfying their customer needs. So we can define marketing as the customer satisfaction. The customer satisfaction is at the utmost priority. If the customer is satisfied, then definitely the customer can buy or rebuy the same product or services. When we go for definitional aspect, the Philip Kotler, who is marketing guru, the living legend, defines marketing. It is the process of sorry. Marketing management is the process of planning and executing the conception, that is the idea generation, pricing and promotion and distribution of goods and services to ideas to create exchanges with target groups that satisfy customer and organizational objectives. See, the customer's objectives are to satisfy the needs, wants, and the organizational objectives are to earn profit by increasing the sales. So that way we can find that it is the entire complexity of the activities which are designed for planning and executing. What executing? The ideas of product or services is what is to be sold and what is to be consumed by the customer. Then pricing tag with the product or service, and the promotional activities, that is advertising, publicity, and the way it is to be reached to the customer are composites of the marketing activities. Again, AMA, American Marketing Association, defines marketing as the process of planning and executing the conception, pricing, promotion, distribution of goods, ideas, and services to create exchanges that satisfy individual and organization objectives. Ultimately, we find in the nutshell that it is the satisfaction of the customer's needs. And the basic purpose is increase in the sales volume and increase in organizational profit. Any organization who is indulgent to the marketing activities have got the objective of profit maximization. When you talk about the scope of marketing, which talks about the number of activities which are to be undertaken by the marketing efforts, talks about various aspects. It talks about the place. Generally, we talk about 4 P's of marketing, which I will be elaborating further. But when you talk about the scope of marketing, means the domain area where the marketing activities are taking place. We'll talk about the places, that is where the goods are being sold, properties, the basic characteristics of goods and services, organizations. There will be some organizations like from manufacturer to the customer. If you go through, then there will be a chain of agencies like wholesaler, stockist, retailer, organized retailing, unorganized retailing. These are the organizations which are indulged into the marketing activities. What for it is there? It has been created for selling the goods and services. Goods and services. What is the exchange? It is the exchange of information, ideas. Ideas will be generated and that is to be disposed of. Events. Yes, definitely there will be certain events. Say, for example, manufacturing is one part and the consumption is another part. Between these two activities, manufacturing and the consumption, or the creation of the services. Say, for example, if the training activity is there, then the creation of the training contents will be one aspect, and delivery of the contents to the learners will be second aspect. And there are many events taking place. We will be taking help of external agencies, internal agencies. and ultimately it is the persons who are involved in the activity. There will be many persons who are indulged into the marketing activities, right from advertising to the level of distribution. So many activities will be there. And when we define the objectives of marketing, we find the basic aim of marketing is to create newer customers. And creating customers means we have to arouse the needs of the customers. If the needs are there, we should try to satisfy these needs. Ultimately, when we increase the sales by satisfying the needs, it will be enhancing the profitability of business. Meaning thereby that profit will be generated, raising the standards of living of the people. Very philosophical statement is this, that it creates the standard of living of the society. Because if the goods and services provided, the lifestyle will be changed. If the goods are being consumed, more consumption of the goods will be satisfying the concerned person, and it will be raising the standard of living in the society. Determining the marketing mix. The marketing mix talks about the 7 P's in case of services, and in case of product, it is the 4 P's: product, price, physical distribution, and promotion. And when we add to the services like advertising or training activity, it will talk about the process, people, and the physical evidence. So these 7 P's matter a lot in terms of the objectives of marketing efforts. I have been using the word again and again as the marketing as a process. Process means a group of activities. The marketing process talks about various activities. It starts with the objective setting. Each marketing activity will start with its own objectives. And as we discussed earlier, the objectives of marketing are to create the customer's needs, or to visualize the customer needs, then to satisfy the same needs. If the needs are satisfied, the customer will be again buying the same product or services, and that will be enhancing the living standard of the customer. In this process, some surplus will be generated, which will be transferred in the hands of the marketer. That is known as the profit. So our objective should be very much clear at what level we want to do what type of activities. Suppose our interest is to create awareness. If the, say for example, family planning program is there is no profitability, but we have to sell the idea, we have to create awareness. So we will be focusing upon the first A of ADA model, awareness. Then for the same purpose, interest will be created. Awareness, people must know about the company or the product or services. Company must know about the particular thing. So for example, if we go back to the history of tea consumption in India, we find that the tea outlets were there created by Brook Bond company, and they were, there were free samples. So they create the desire for tea. Later on, tea become the habit of the people, and today we find that the people have got demand, and that by demand proposition you can find that the people, the more the people use and buy the product, more will be profitability of the Brook Bond company or any other company for that matter. So it is satisfaction of the needs of the individual customers through which the profitability is to be enhanced in the company. We have to talk about as the second activity as the analyzing marketing opportunities. We set our objectives, but what are the opportunities available there? See, I can cite an example. If we have been accustomed to go for brushing teeth every day, so it is the set pattern of the demands in the society. But suppose we are reaching to the tribal area, remote places where the people are not having the habit of brushing the teeth every day. So what we can do, we can simply find that if we ask them for the hygienic reasons, for health reasons, if you give the demonstration that brushing teeth every day is good for health of the teeth. One day, the same remote area places, the people who are not accustomed to the social life, they will start brushing. The moment they start brushing, they will demand toothpaste. More toothpaste being demanded, more will be volume of the sales and more will be the profitability of the organization. So in this process, we have to analyze the marketing opportunities. Such type of things are there where the demands are not there. See, take the example of computing. When computers were introduced, many people opposed it. They are afraid of. But today we find that out of that creation, during last 30 years, now there is more demand of the laptops, computers, more demand of the mobiles. So that way the demand opportunities are to be scanned by the concerned people. And majorly the leaders are in the IT sector. Researching and selecting targets, markets. See, the market is already existing, but we have to identify which is the market we have to target. Say, India is a big country, and we have to explore that which market, and it is very difficult to penetrate into the entire market because we as the organization have got limited resources. With the limited resources, we will selectively identify certain markets where we can enter into. And later on, it can be expanded with the gradual process of more sales, more profitability, more sales volume. We can further penetrate into various segments of the market. So initially, selective market will be identified and we will have to enter into. Designing marketing strategies. Again, talks about the crafting of the strategies. There are various strategies. In one of the papers, you can understand the basic concept of strategies. Whether we want to go for a new market or market is already established or market is mature, then our strategies for the new market will be altogether different from that of the mature market. Say, for example, if the FMCG market is quite mature, selling toilet soap, oil will be not that difficult because people know about using the FMCG products. But suppose artificial intelligence is a new product and that is to be introduced. So we will have to design the marketing strategy to create the new niche. So the designing the marketing strategy will again be a different issue. Planning marketing programs. When we design the marketing strategies, we have to convert the strategy into various programs. And these programs will be helping us to implement those strategies. Furthermore, organizing, implementing, and controlling of the marketing efforts. To understand as how to get the feedback, how to control the marketing efforts will be again one of the activities of the marketing. Coming further to the marketing mix. Marketing mix, in fact, is the composition of various activities which were discussed earlier in the scope of marketing. The marketing mix consists of various P's. William Stanton was the pioneer of this word, marketing mix, who said, marketing mix is the term used to describe the combination of 4 inputs which constitute the core of company's marketing system. वो कौन से हैं? The product, the price structure, the promotional activities, and the distribution system of your goods and services will be known as the marketing mix. Related to this, there will be various principles of marketing which are definitely related to these 4 P's. The marketing mix principles are used by the business as tools to assist them in pursuing their objectives. The marketing mix principles are controllable variables because the company or the marketer has got control over these 4 P's because of its limited resources, because of its own efforts. The controllable variables will be there which have to be carefully managed and must meet the needs of the desired target group. The marketing mix is a part of the organization planning process which consists of analyzing that defined. What we have defined. What we have defined means we have defined the product or the services accordingly, we will craft the strategies. We have already defined the pricing strategies, place strategies, the distribution channels through which the goods are to move, and promotion strategies, the vehicles, the channels through which we will be advertising, going for publicity, going for promoting the product and services. So that way, these are the related aspects. Further, if you elaborate the marketing mix, find the product should fit tasks consumers want it for. It should work, and it should be what consumers are expecting to get. Product is a bundle of utilities. Product is tangibly seen. Compared to services, service is in fact intangible. But when we find and define the product, we find product is basically a bundle of benefits or the utilities which the customer is interested in. I can cite one example. The people have got the demand for Maggi 2 minutes noodles. People are not interested in the yellow color of the packaging or certain things which may be luring them. People are interested in the contents which are there in the system of the Maggi. The food contents, the flavor, the taste, the saltiness, all these are the expectations of the customers. So the utilities or the benefits of the utilities found in the product will be demanded by the customers. Place is the venue where there is exchange of the goods and services. It is the availability where your target customers find it easiest to shop. Right at the moms and pop shop to the big shoppers stop, or to the wholesalers or to the stockist. This is the channel by which the customers can buy a particular product. This may be high street mail order or some more current option via e-commerce or an online shopping. The third component is the price, which represents the value we get for buying a particular product. There will be tagline that if this particular is there, then definitely it must be having certain values, and that value is converted into the price tag. Every value has got its own price, and that price is nothing but the value the customers expect in a particular product. The promotion means how can you promote the activities, how can you promote the products and services to the customer. There are various tools of promotion like advertising, public relations, sales promotion, personal selling, and in some more recent times, it is social media which play the key role in communicating with the customers. Message to the correct audience in the manner they would most like to hear, whether it is informative or appealing to their emotions. So that way, I can cite another example. There was a tagline when Maruti was advertising its products, and the tagline was that Mera wala color means where is my color of choice. It means that the customer is interested in a particular color. So the child will be there, and the people of the family may be interested in buying the car, but the child will ask that mera wala color, red color mujhe chahiye. So red color will be the word being inserted. If you go back, you will find such type of punchline of the advertising. So we have to see who is to be targeted. The Maggi, which was targeted in the starting to the kids, but now it is the household goods. So now the advertisement has been focusing upon the entire consumption, instant consumption, and convenience and easily available sort of product in terms of the Maggi. So that we find it depends what is our target with reference to the promotion. Sales promotion activities are there. Some discounts will be given. Personal selling, door-to-door selling, And the online promotional activities you can find. If you go on in and check your emails, you find immediately there will be bunch of advertisement. Before you go to reach to your email box, you can find many advertisements. You use mobile. The moment you use a particular type of audio video, then definitely the advertisement subsequently will be covering the areas of your interest. So they will be focusing upon that activity. So depends how the promotion activities are to be designed. With the exponential growth of services, we can find that the marketing mix has been extended further. In late 70s, the marketing activities expanded, and it led to the extended marketing mix in 1981 by Booms and Bittner, who added 3 more elements to the 4 Ps. This now is allowed to be known as the extended marketing mix, which talks about people, physical evidence, and the process. So that way we can find that 4 plus 3, and we have to focus more on these 3 aspects because the training activity is in fact a service. So these 3 important aspects have to be covered in the training marketing activity. People are very important for transacting. On one side, manufacturer is a person. On other side, audience, or known as the customer, they are also person. But in between, there will be a group of people who will be transacting. So these people who are working in the organization, who are dealing with the customers, who are dealing with the needs of the customers, who are dealing with delivery of the ideas, are important people. And the companies are reliant upon these people to run the show. So the sales can be created, can be brought back to the company, right from managing director to the sales staff, salesman. Things will be moving for movement of the goods and services. The second important aspect is the process. There will be a group of activities, and this group of activities means right from taking order to the delivery, many people will be involved in it. Say, for instance, electricity. It is the service. When it moves from production of electricity to the consumption, we can find many experts of electricity, engineers, technicians, maintenance people, they will be involved. Meter readers will be involved. So that way we can find that many activities are to be undertaken by these people. How the service is delivered is once again part of what the consumers is paying for. See, the presence of people is important, but again, along with the people, the processes are important. We should always make sure that business process is well structured and verified regularly to avoid mistakes and minimize the cost. To maximize the profit, it is important to tighten up the enhancement process. The third important aspect is physical evidence. See, services are in fact intangible, very difficult to visualize. See, we cannot see the electricity. We cannot see the mobility of or connectivity of the mobile telephone, but still it is important. But again, we find electricity may not be tangible, but the pole, the delivery system, the office of the electricity office, they are tangible, and we have to be very much careful while designing the strategies to satisfy the customers. Again, say for example, the training activity as the organization, if you find that services are good, it can be shown as the physical evidence if you maintain the office of the training organization, if the people are well dressed up, if the people speak good language to communicate with them, these are physical evidences which matter a lot. Almost all services include some physical elements, even if the bulk of what is the consumer is paying for it is intangible, but still we find that the physical evidence matter a lot. Say, for example, hair salon would provide their client with a completed hair do and an insurance company would go for customers some form of printed material. So that we find that physically certain things are to be visualized by the customer, but it is definitely inherent utility which is to be seen. Even if the material is not physically printed, they are still receiving a physical product by this definition. Training, we are not giving anything in the form of training to the client, but physically the office, the supplementary material which is to be used by the trainer will be helping us a lot in terms of the delivery system. When we put all these 7 pieces together, the marketing mix for training and development is emerging. The product here means which features are most appealing to client, learner, target market, or the program span, potential for diversification and the development. The training and development is the activity we have to see how to appeal to the client or the learner. ISTD is the organization which has been appealing to the potential learners that if you get this diploma, your possibility of getting employment opportunity will be enhanced. Number one. Number two, even if the learners are there, they are experienced people, it will be adding value to their learning, aptitude. Number three, if you go for professional relationship with the people, it will be giving you membership to the ISTD. Number four, again, if you add this value to your profile, it will be helping you to bring more business because of the networking which you have developed during the course of your diploma program or your through interaction with the corporate people. So product itself is becoming a must for the training and development activities. When you talk about the price means the values the learners will see in the training inputs. It determines the business profit and effects the value of the training as perceived by consumers. Make price and quality comparisons means the customer is buying values. The customer is buying values, not the product or the service. They are not interested in the physical being. They are interested in the utilities being seen. The delivery contents which will be shaping their attitude, will be shaping the behavior, will be the expectations. And when they compare the quality of the deliverables, then only they will attach price, they will attach the value of the product, and they will be buying the product at a particular given price. Promotion means it is the best media for communicating with clients or the learners. In this case, in training T&D activities, we have to communicate with the learners, with the groups, with the clients. Who are your clients? Suppose you are in the training and development profession. Who can be your customers? Either a corporate or any other organization or the individual learner. So you have to reach there by the best possible manner of media which you have got. Place is where and how will the clients, learners find us. There will be academic exhibitions, educational exhibitions, which will be the platform. Some business magazines will be there if you insert. So when we as the ISTD people advertise, we don't advertise in the local newspaper. We advertise in the magazines of the corporate reach, so that it can reach to the corporates. People, definitely there will be people who will be either customers or the people who will be delivering the things. The customers will be, in this case, will be learners, and the deliverables will be given by the delivery man or the concerned person who will be responsible for converting the learning activity to the concerned people. The more diverse their needs, more will be the composition of the people. Again, I'm coming back to the same component: isolate wants, needs, likes, and expectations. Because wants are different than the needs. And the needs are different than the wants. Likes will be altogether different. Expectations will be different. When we match all these things, then only we can achieve the profitable sales, and for that purpose, people play a vital role. Processes means how the training activities are to be defined and to be delivered. This can be the process in relation to TNA, training need assessment, designing the contents, delivery, and the assessment of the training activities. So again, this is the complete process, as you would have gone in your respective chapters or the papers which you've gone through. So this process again consists of these activities. Physical evidence means that it is training product status in relation to the wider market, competition, unique differentiation. How do you occupy a distinct place in the potential customer's mind? Nowadays, a host of good number of people have started the training activity. Soft skill trainers are there, hard skill trainers are there, technical training people are there. So where we have to go? We have to reach to the concerned trainer or the training organization, which is reflected as that physical evidence. So physical evidence means tangibly which can be seen by the customers will be making a lot of difference. Marketing factors means there are certain factors which will be to be considered while designing the marketing strategy. There are two types of factors. One is controllable factors, another is uncontrollable factors. The controllable factors are those factors which are within the control of the marketer or the organization. These are product planning, brand policy. Product planning means how the product is to be designed. It is controllable. More quality if you want, then more inputs are to be given. Brand policy. We have got the policy that a particular brand, a particular name, particular composition of the name, particular color is to be used. It is within our control. Then packaging policy, how the goods are packaged, how the services is to be packaged, where is to be delivered. We can understand the T&D, training and development activities, may be packaged as the package for the corporate houses. There will be some training and development activities can be packaged for the downtrodden people. So it depends what type of policies we have got. Personal selling, door-to-door selling. Personally, when we go there, the person selling will matter here. And physical distribution means how the things are to be delivered to the destination of the customer. These controllable factors are within the reach of the marketer. Means they can be decided well in advance by the company depending on its own resources. More resources, lavishly we can put our efforts there. Second component is the uncontrollable factors, meaning thereby that these are uncontrollable because the environment is controlling them. For example, consumers' buying behavior. The behavior is not within our control. Customer may or may not like. The need sets will be different. The demographic dividend will be altogether different, which is not within our control. The level of education, level of literacy, all these factors are there who are there in the set of the buyers. They are beyond our control. We cannot change. But what we can control our own factors of marketing to lure the customer. If the customer is illiterate, then we can spread the literacy and we can make the customer to buy a particular product or service. The competition in the market, it is not within our control. There will be many players to supply the goods and services. It is not in control of the marketer. Pattern of distribution system, whatever we have got, it is the given. We have to use the given distribution structure for delivering our services. Government control and environmental factors. These factors are within the reach of the society. So they are beyond the control of the marketer or the marketing company. Now, question is that why should we go for understanding the marketing activities for the trainers? The training organizations or the individual trainers need to understand the concept of marketing. There are certain logics, reasons. The training department is created to bring changes. See, we have been hearing that training is inevitable. If you really want to bring something new, we have to bring change. And the training is the catalyst to bring change in the system. So training department in any corporate or any organization is assumed to play the role of the change agent. Hiring of trainer to produce the change. So for training, change is brought by the trainers, and for bringing change, we have to hire the services of a trainer. Trainer is an agent of change, a management resource to be called upon when need arises. So when we need a trainer in the society to bring change, the trainer will have to market its efforts in the minds of the learners that if you hire my services, I can bring the change. So that way we can find that trainers need marketing activities to be understood. Therefore, the trainers need to look at the marketing of the training function, reactive or firefighting versus active mode. Whenever there is a problem, reactively we can need the trainers. Or if the entire system is in the active mode. See, country like India is in the active mode of imparting education to the masses. So it has got its own network of the schools, colleges, universities, governed through UGC, AICTE. It is a set. The system is in active mode. But if there are some pockets which are absolutely illiterate, then definitely for removing illiteracy in the particular region, we will send the trainers on the spot and in the reactive mode, or we can say firefighting mode, to bring the change. Marketing is important for in-house training department. They see, many organizations have got their own training house, training department, and for that purpose, we have to market our own activities. We have to inform, we have to persuade people that if you are at this level, we have to bring change, to bring that level of the change. So there is desired change which is to be brought, and the existing system, that gap will be identified by the training department, and that change can be brought by the training people. So marketing efforts of the training department itself plays a vital role. We have to push our efforts in the marketing ways. Now, what is the process of marketing? What are the activities to be done by the marketing efforts? Define the target market. Who is the customer who need the training activity? That is to be designed well in advance. Define the product or service to be marketed. As I said, as the example, that if the illiterate people are there, then definitely the target market is the illiterate segment of the society. That has been defined. And for that purpose, we have defined as, if you go for, basic learning of the alphabets, if you go for basic understanding of the common behavioral aspects of the life, then we can start with that. So we have to define what is to be taught. If really we go for a senior level position like the general manager, vice president, president, or the managing director or director, definitely there will be a different set of the target group which need a different type of product or services. There we need the composition of the artificial intelligence to be used for their decision making. There we need a different social media platform for promotional activities. So from illiterate composition to the highly literate and highly professional people, altogether product will be different, the training inputs will be different. So we have to define well in advance. Then we have to research the target market. We have to research the target market, the characteristics, the demographic variables. Say, suppose if we have to see that the age, education level, the gender, income level, all these will constitute the features of the market, and accordingly the strategies are to be defined. If the people are highly educated, people are of old age, people are, say, female, then definitely the language, the composition, the learning content will altogether be different for these segments. So demographic dividend is, if it is to be realized, then demographic variables are to be considered to reach to the target market. Further, we have to go for research of the target market. Then choose multiple channels. How can we reach there? Either it can be personal selling, person to person telling, it can be social media, it can be notification, it can be print media, it can be journals, or whatsoever may be the media of the channels which we have to choose. We have to develop a clear message, and we are this and we want to deliver this. This message, if it is given, then definitely we can reach to the ultimate destination. Utilize testimonials. You as the trainer would have been engaged in the training activities, and you can use the testimonials of your learners who had been your learners or the organizations where you imparted the training. So these testimonials can be used for promoting your brand propositions. So these testimonials can also be used. So for instance, if you as the trainer or the training organization say that you have trained the large corporates like Tata's, like SDFC, like ICICI Bank, then definitely it will be giving a different impression that you are a big organization for training and development activity. These testimonials, when you cite their own reactions in the feedback form, then that will be helping the common people to understand that you are really a trainer for bigger results. You can also offer incentives. Like if you launch the program of training, early bird registration will be subsidized, or you can simply say if the group of 10 or more persons are there, again it can be subsidized. And if it is a customized, you may be charging say 5 lakhs rupees for the training program. And if the same training program is imparted in any academic institutions, you may not charge anything. You may deliver free. Depends where it is to be delivered. If any profit-making organization is the target customer which is to be used as the platform, you can charge. If it is academic institutions where there is no scope for realizing money, you can deliver free of charge. Depends what type of organizations are there, what type of incentives are to be given by you. Sell the product or the service. What means? It means that you have to move the service or the product in the mind of the customer. The idea. Basically, the sale is nothing but the idea, conceptualization idea that is to be kept in the mind of the buyer. So if the buyer is convinced with your proposition, the customer will buy your product. Subsequently, it is to be followed up as how much sales is taking place, how many training activities are taking place, how many organizations are there. Then you can schedule your program for the entire year, that these are training activities which are to be scheduled by your organization, and ultimately measuring the success. If we start any training activity with the need identification, we identify these were the needs and the gaps have been identified, and because of the training activities, people could reach to the level of desired level. Or we can say that these persons were, when trained, they could accomplish their task successfully. So that way we can find that all these will be helping us, provided we can measure our success. When we say about the, I'll be elaborating all these things in the detail. Define the target market. Whom am I marketing to, and why should they listen to what I am saying? Means there is a set of audience who will be interested in your training activities. We have to understand that the audiences are definitely the executives, managers and the supervisors, HR professionals, marketing and sales professionals, IT professionals, individual contributors. You as the training organization, you as the training person, you have to see whom you have to approach. Generally, when we go for approaching the corporate houses, we have to go to the HR department where the training needs are already identified and they have already designed. Or we can reach to the people who matter a lot in designing the program or in executing the training program. So we have to go for that. And especially the specialized training is important for IT professionals, for individuals, for the sales personnel, for HR professionals. So there are many types of profession in the organization. Since I have been speaking regularly, I'll give a pause here and I'll ask the students or the learners if they have got any query. I'll be happy to respond to that. Or should I continue? No response from the participants? Hello?
Yes, sir.
If you just, I'm giving a pause of some minutes. If there is any query from your side, if you raise your hand, then we can simply, oh, okay, there is Abhijit has mentioned that I should continue with this. Okay, thank you. The second aspect is how to define the product. When we define the market, definitely we will be defining the product or the service which is to be marketed. When you define the market, that this market is to be addressed by me, we can definitely go for defining the product which will be used to be sold. Once market is defined, which are not currently serving their needs, means we have created a new market, or we can recur the same efforts for the existing market. Then we can also identify when you identify the market, we can simply find the deficiencies, or we can find the expertise if available, that this, because of these reasons, the concerned target market is deficient. Then it means that we need at this point to ask what is there, you can sell them. Say, for example, many people are there who are proficient in their managing activity, but they are poor in, say, computing skills. Then with this deficiency, we can ask as the computing skills are to be developed, and we can sell the computing skills in the form of training package to the learners. Then your choices are among the following: seminars tailored to identified needs. Yes, some needs are identified and seminars can be arranged. Present products used by others. When we say that these are the needs which have been satisfied by our efforts elsewhere, audio-visual resources can be used, brochures can be used, or leaflets can be used. That will be giving the entire information of the training material which is there to be delivered by us. Then third aspect is reach to the target market. What does it mean? We generally speak to the HR or training managers to discover as what type of changes are proposed. What type of changes are proposed to be brought in the system? What is their position in the company? Are they in position to make the decisions? Do they have the training budget? They are interested in the training, but the budget is not there. And who will pay your, or who will reimburse your bill? Are they aware of our offerings? How do they feel about our training? How do they feel about us as a trainer? Whether in-house or outside the program is needed, how do they perceive our public program? So we have to reach to the target market. So these are the questions which are to be replied in our assessment to reach to the ultimate customer. Reach the target market. We talked about various questions to be answered. Simultaneously, we have to reply to the questions: what are your current needs? Where are the when we go for DNA training need assessment, we will definitely identify the needs which are to be identified to be satisfied later on. What do you perceive as your future needs? Presently, say for example, we are happy with our computing skills, but artificial intelligence has come up in a big way. Chatbots are there to be used by the company in various activities. So do you think that these needs are there to be satisfied? If you offer XYZ, would you send people outside? Are you aware that we train in ABC area? I mean, that these are the areas where the company is feeling comfortable, they are interested in going for the training. But we can simply offer our services. These are our areas. These areas are not capably our capacities. So we can simply dialogue and discuss with the target market people. Which of the following seminars or courses have you attended before? And you can send for the new seminars or the activities. So that way we have to reach to the market in this manner. Then we have to choose the most effective channel to reach to the destination of the customers. Many ways of approaching people. Seek appointment to know people's need. When we meet the HR people, we identify the needs of the people. Memorandums, newsletter. We can simply put our newsletters to them. Notify all about completed training programs conducted by us. Start a word of mouth campaign. There will be some people who have been trained by us. They will be spreading the news that Mr. XYZ is the good trainer. We have to bring that person. So very good trainers like Professor T.V. Rao, Saru Rangnikar, they are so eminent that word of mouth played for them. I have never seen advertisement of Saru Rangnikar sahab, but people are crazy of listening of that man. So that word of mouth publicity will be there. Start a word of mouth campaign. Volunteer to write a column in the newspaper like Raghu Raman. He regularly writes in Dainik Bhaskar. So he is a good trainer. So if he writes, then people are interested in buying that, in buying the services of that man. Guest speaker from regular sponsors. Yes. If he comes there as a guest speaker, people will come about that man that he's a good speaker, good trainer. People will approach them. Create a survey of future training needs. Officially, it can be done. Advertisement, print, TV, social media. It is also a way. Like Bindra, good trainer, putting their efforts on the YouTube. Advertisements are there. So these are the ways by which we can reach to the destination. We have to give a clear message. Once the target audience has been identified, the next step is to develop a clear and concise message that effectively communicates the benefits of the training program, which we have designed. The message should highlight the skills and knowledge that learners will gain, as well as the potential career advancement opportunities. Say, people are not interested in simply going for the training. They are interested in what benefits can be attached, what the career options will be available subsequently. So that way, that is to be focused, that by attending this particular training program, one can use this training activity for career advancement. More opportunities will be there. You can also utilize the testimonials given by the previous learners. Here we find previous learners will be giving the comments, reactions, feedback that can be used as the testimony. Or the certificates can be used by you as the organization or the training organization. You can offer incentives, as I said, early bird registration, group discount, or a seasonal discount. Say if it is off season, then off season discount can also be given to the learners. So that will lure the customers. They set the product or the service. Choose 1 or 2 channels and mount your campaign. Yes. Social media has become very popular nowadays. It can be used as the campaign lead. Sell results, not packages. Sell results, not packages. People are not interested in your pricing. People are interested what can you deliver to the customers. Address objections. If the objections have been raised earlier, or the questions are then in mind of the learners, they can be redressed. Convert objections into the opportunity. Yes. If you explore the opportunities, then you can go into the market and get the buy-in process. Follow up on your sale. Once people are on your sessions, follow up. See, many people attend the program, we leave them aside. But if you follow again and again, by through mail or by putting some efforts, we can be in touch with them, and some of the things can be repeated, and their word of mouth will be helping us. Find out what they found useful from the training after 2-3 months. Again, it is the way of feedback. Inquire how people are using the information given by you in the training program. Follow up on survey and ask for responses. Build image of training throughout your clientele. So if you are in touch with the clients, they will be helping us to give some inputs, and that will be helping you to develop your own, business. At the end of the day, it is important to measure the success of marketing campaigns in order to identify what is working and what needs improvement. This can be done through tracking website traffic, email open rates, and enrollment numbers of the learners. So that will be helping us to devise our own programs. When we design a component of the training proposal, that will consist of many things, which we again will be taking up later on. And again, at this stage, if you have got any doubt or any need any clarity, I'll be very happy to respond to your questions. Here I pause and I stop sharing the activities, and I will be undertaking this activity again next Sunday to complete our marketing efforts, because I split it in two parts. Introductory part I given today, and subsequently I'll be talking about remaining component of the marketing of T&D activities, right? So if you got any queries, I'll be very happy. Otherwise, from my side, the session is over for today's session. Okay. Jigar, you want to speak something?
No, thank you very much.
So today our session is over, and the second component of the marketing will be completed in the next month. So from this side over, and we will be meeting on next. Okay. Have a good day, please.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.